This is 7-91 integrated 1. So we just looked at the first pair of triangles, and we see side, side. Side to side is not one of our congruencies. Let's see if we can do a list. How many people do we have in the class? 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody gets to tell me a congruency. What congruency do you want to tell me, Rocco?
I don't know.
Your favorite one? Oh, you want... Okay, what do you want, Shelby?
Angle, side, angle.
Angle, side, angle. Good. What do you want, Daisy? Side, angle, side, and that leaves Isaac with the hard ones. What do you want, Isaac? Oh, yeah, hypotenuse, leg. And then if Sandy were here, what would she say? Angle, angle, side. Good, you guys, I'm so proud of everybody. So, the first set of triangles doesn't have they always have 3 parts unless it's hypotenuse, leg. It only has 2 things, so that's no good. That's not good enough. So we'll just say A is not congruent. And then B will say, well, the first thing I want to do is check the angles. See, I got a 20. I want to check and see if that angle right there is actually 112. So I'm going to go 180. Remember, because all the vertices have to add to 180 if it's a triangle. 180 minus the little 48 minus 20. Well, that tells me that this angle, this obtuse angle here, is 112. And that also tells me if I were to do that same process on this one would be 48. So I have angle, angle, angle similarity, and I have side, so that's angle, 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 side.
Angle, angle, side.
Yes, angle, angle, side is one of them. So on B, I'm glad they're congruent, but that means we have to do a little flow chart. And I'm going to make our flow chart kind of a little more simple than in the book. I'm just going to go not too much more simple. I usually like to start at the bottom by saying the 2 triangles' names. Oh, we don't have the triangle names. I don't want to label my triangles. I'm going to say the triangles are congruent by angle, angle, side. So this is typically how you write it. You write it kind of down on the bottom right. And this is where you would put the letters of the triangle, but we're going to cheat and not put the letters because they didn't give us letters. And then we're just going to go. And so we're going to say, since we don't have any letters, we're just going to say 20 degrees is congruent with 20 degrees given. And then we wanted angle, angle, side, right? And then we'll say 112 degrees is congruent with 112 degrees. And then that wasn't exactly given, because didn't we have to do the triangle sum theorem? Yeah, so we'll just go triangle sum. That's all I'm going to write, because I'm kind of lazy that way. And then over here, we want our side. We're just going to go 6 is equal to 6, or 6 is congruent with 6, given. And that's good enough for just a little sketch for us. That's your little flowchart sketch. Oh, and they're supposed to point. There we go. Normally, if you had letters, you'd put the letters in there. Okay, let's do letter C. Well, I don't even know if we have to write letter C. Let's see what it says for letter C. Oh, I hope we have hypotenuse. Oh, do we have oh, I don't know.
I think there would be.
Yeah, because you can use Pythagorean to see if that's 5, huh?
Yeah.
Or to see if that's 13. It'd probably be easier to see if that's 13. So 5 squared.
Yes, 13.
Oh, it is? Okay, so Sandy checked it, and we're going to believe her that Pythagorean theorem tells us we got hypotenuse leg. So now we're going to just quickly do...
Always believe me.
I always believe you?
You should not always believe me, because I could be wrong.
Well,
Or you could give her the wrong answer.
I can check.
You could give her the wrong answer on purpose, and then...
She would not do that, I know that.
And then have her put it on YouTube and have everybody else the wrong answer while you're doing it.
So this one, I'm just going to use the hypotenuse and the leg, if you don't mind. So I would just go triangle is congruent with triangle. We don't have any letters, and I'm okay with that if you can handle that. We're just going to say hypotenuse leg, and then we can just put the hypotenuse here. So the hypotenuse was 13. 13, and 13. And then we used Pythagorean theorem. It wasn't exactly given. We had to actually do a little work. So we're just write Pythag theorem. Okay, and then for the leg, was the leg given? Yeah, if we use the 12, the leg was given. 12 and 12, and we'll say given. So that was pretty fast. That was letter C. Okay, so letter D is... Oh, letter D, they try to trick us. You think it's like angle, side, angle, right? But can you guys see the problem with letter D? The 12 is in the wrong spot. This one's got angle, side, angle. This one's got angle, angle, side. We know those are both good congruencies, but we also know that they have to be corresponding, and they're not. This 12 is not in between the two angles. So that actually... Yeah, and the reason it's not congruent is because they don't correspond. In other words, if I stuck this triangle, if I moved it with a rigid transformation onto this triangle, the 12 of that triangle would land right there. And we don't know that this side is actually 12 on this triangle. Does that make sense?
We actually know it's not because all the angles are not the same.
Oh, Rocco, that was brilliant. Yes, you are right. We know that it's actually not. Because if it were, then that would also be a... Well, wait, hold on a second. Are we sure that that's not 48? You're pretty smart, Rocco.
But even if it was 48, they would all have to be, all the angles have to be 70. It's an equilateral.
Oh, that's 70, that angle?
Yeah, because 62 plus 48 is 110, 180 minus 110 is 70.
Okay. So we do know for sure that this one and this one are not both 12. Because if they were, these two angles down here would match.
Also, if you look at the triangles from 48 to 62, it doesn't look equilateral. Doesn't you treat it like this?
Well, you should never trust your eyes because they're not drawn to scale.